It's like something out of an action movie. A shadowy group with global reach and powerful supporters has shocked the world amid brutal Gaza war. Any guesses what we're talking about? Here's a hint. They are based in Lebanon. They are stronger than the Lebanese army. They are obsessed with Israel, and not in a good way. Yes, we are talking about Hezbollah, the group that has launched 692 attacks against Israel since Gaza war began. The group that is preparing for a ground invasion in Israel. So, who are these guys? More specifically, who is this guy? And why does he say things like this?
الموت لأمريكا الموت لإسرائيل.
But why is a group in Lebanon hell-bent on destroying Israel? The answer needs to be dug out from the history. Let's draw back the curtain on the world's most powerful militant group.
Hezbollah forces, Iranian-backed Hezbollah forces in Lebanon began attacking Israel, and for the past 3 months or so, they have been fighting almost daily.
Hezbollah was formed some 40 years ago in Lebanon. It has since expanded its reach to almost every continent on the planet. Part of the reason why Hezbollah is so difficult to pin down is that it's an organization that spans many categories. Hezbollah is a political party, a social welfare organization. It is a standing militia, larger, better funded, better armed than the Lebanese armed forces. It is also a terrorist organization that engages in acts of terrorism at home in Lebanon and abroad, and acts as a transnational criminal organization as well. It considers itself at the same time a state and a non-state actor. Hezbollah believes in the idea that it leads the resistance against the stronger powers in the region. That's why it's always had a very strong anti-Israeli and anti-American discourse, because it positioned itself as the defender of those suffering from oppression. It's been over 100 days since Gaza war erupted between Israel and Hamas, and there are prospects of a new war brewing on Israel's northern border against Hezbollah. The smoke had barely dissipated from Israel's assassination of a senior Hezbollah commander in Lebanon when Antony Blinken visited Tel Aviv on January 9 as part of another tour aimed at de-escalating tension in the Middle East. Hezbollah has targeted 48 Israeli border sites, 12 rear sites, and 50 new military points since the Gaza war erupted on October 7. Lebanon-Israel border has witnessed increased tension since the next day of the Hamas attack, prompting Israel to respond by firing heavy artillery towards southeastern Lebanon. Confrontations continued on the Lebanon-Israel border over the weekend ending January 14, 2024.
שעה האחרונה תקפנו מטרות צבאיות של חיזבאללה בלבנון. אנחנו ממשיכים לפגוע ביכולות הארגון ולגבות מחיר הולך ועולה.
A Hezbollah anti-tank missile fired from Lebanon hit a home in northern Israel on 14th January, marking the 100th day of the Israel-Hamas war, killing civilians and renewing concerns about the risk of a second war front.
نحن منذ 99 يوما نحن جاهزون للحرب. لا نخافها، لا نخشاها، لن نتردد فيها. وسنقبل عليها وكما قلت سنقاتل فيها بلا أسقف وبلا ضوابط وبلا حدود.
Lebanese strike came hours after the Israeli military said it had killed 4 heavily armed militants trying to enter from Lebanon. While Israel has long targeted members of Palestinian armed groups, it has avoided targeting senior Hezbollah figures in strikes since the end of the highly destructive 2006 Lebanon war. That appeared to have changed with the killing of Wissam al-Toil, a senior commander in the group's elite Radwan force. Hezbollah, backed by Iran, is considered one of the most powerful and heavily armed non-state groups in the world. Given how tensions in the region are already at a boiling point, all it would take is one ill-placed or ill-timed spark to alight a major new front. U.S. officials now assess that the risk is rising that Hezbollah could begin targeting U.S. troops or diplomatic personnel in the Middle East, or even plan attacks in the U.S. homeland. From the first days of the Israel-Hamas war, the question that scares everybody is, would Hezbollah join Hamas' war effort by launching a full-scale assault on Israel from Lebanon? Hezbollah's military capabilities, with an estimated 100,000 to 150,000 missiles and rockets aimed at Israel, and tens of thousands of fighters in its ranks, far outstrip those of Hamas. Experts warn that an Israel-Hezbollah war could be far deadlier and more drawn out than Israel's operations against Hamas in Gaza, which have killed an estimated 24,000 Palestinians so far. And a failure to contain Israel-Hezbollah tensions could be much deadlier for Middle Eastern nations.